San Antonio police trying to determine whether a vehicle abandoned at a northeast side apartment complex was the same one used in a deadly hit and run this morning.
Officers found the victim dead on the side of the road at the intersection of Wiedner and Leonhardt around 4 a.m. A truck was found not far away by residents at the Encanta Via apartments.
For people who live in this complex, there were a few red flags. For one, they had never seen the vehicle before. Also, the way it was parked and left seemed a bit unusual.
The truck has been taken into custody for processing. Houston police investigating an incident where an officer hit and killed a bicyclist. A witness captured this video of the crash on dash cam. Investigators believe the bicyclist failed to yield the right-of-way. People in 34 California counties dealing with what's being called the largest preventative outage in the state's history. Power company PG&E cutting off electricity, preparing for high winds that could potentially bring down power lines and spark wildfires. The utility was held responsible for the Camp Fire last year, which killed 58 people and was caused by downed power lines it owned.
But winds are expected to pick up overnight with gusts up to 70 miles an hour possible in some areas. The extreme fire threat here in California could last through Friday.
A local man who killed his wife and then shot himself in what police called an attempted murder-suicide, sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Hernandez is not a U.S. citizen. That means that once he completes serving his sentence, he'll be turned over to immigration authorities and be deported.
Months after federal regulators offered the grounding of all 737 MAX planes made by Boeing, one U.S. airline is returning it to the skies. American Airlines says it will start flying the aircraft again in January. They were originally grounded following the two deadly crashes that resulted in the deaths of more than 300 people. Video from China shows a 4-year-old boy dangling from a window ledge by his head, 4 stories above the ground. The child slipped through metal security bars on the outside of the window and became stuck. Firefighters secured the boy using a rope while they worked to free him. They were eventually able to pry the bars open and free the child. Caught on camera, a Florida construction worker rescued after his scaffolding collapsed. His safety harness kept him from falling, but the man was left about 35 feet up, waiting for help to arrive. In California, a massive crane collapses, damaging several homes and leaving one person with minor injuries. The crane belongs to an electrical company that was replacing poles. Investigators are looking into what happened. Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted that his company plans to launch customizable horn and movement sounds for its cars. Movement sounds are artificially produced noises that electric cars make to help warn pedestrians they're in motion, since they run so quietly. Musk specifically mentioned goat noises, coconuts, and fart noises as possibilities. To read more about these 9 stories, just head to ksat.com/news at 9.